would like a sponsor from Petroleum Jelly.
Yes,
Nobody
actually.
likes Janejira. I'm just gonna let you know, okay? Nobody fucking likes you.
I can name some people that like me.
Oh, fuck off! I just sent his pre-interview to you guys in the chat.
Hey.
I actually already told Janejira that if they were single and we were both ready to mingle, I probably would have taken them on a date.
Hell yeah.
Okay, this is where we're at today. Okay, all right. This is what you guys are doing.
It's Pride Wrath.
You guys are fucking flirting. Can we get through the fucking show before you put each other's pussies in each other's mouth? All right?
Whoa. I don't think that's how that works. But okay.
You fuckers start scissoring and making snowflakes. I don't know. Whatever you guys do.
No. I don't know what I agreed to be honest. I really don't.
It got real awkward real fast.
Wow.
Fuck you.
Hey, Facebook. Hey.
Hi, Facebook. You want to know what Duante was talking about just now?
Oh, fuck you guys. We're going live. Yo. Oh my God, how are you guys doing this morning? I don't know how, I don't know why, but somehow I fucking got up. Now I didn't want to get up. Not gonna lie to everybody, I was comatose. I think I earned it. We'll all talk about that when you get in show biz and you have a good night. You go celebrate. You work hard. You play harder, right? How's everybody doing this morning? Make some noise though. Make some noise. It's your host with the most. It's the guy with the most irresponsible, responsible guy you ever meet. I'm your host.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're there. Fuck these guys. They're commenting already. Fuck them. They're like, we're running 5-10 minutes late because of an irresponsible asshole. Well, actually, I was waiting for Mark to get home, so don't blame this shit on me. But we're here.
Sorry, Duante, for someone so autistic, you're really bad at timekeeping, by the way.
You know what,
I was ready to go at quarter to 4 my time.
Him. When I fell asleep, all I got was UK messages saying this fucker was running late. But anyways, let's get to who's here. Our usual. She doesn't have her potato chips thing shit up. Oh, yes, she does. It's the other one.
Yeah, I did.
Their shit together. Give it up for the hostess with the mostest. Janejira, the potato chip enthusiast.
Hello, it's me. Happy 4th of July to us Americanos. Please don't do fireworks in Seattle. It'll set the whole state on fire.
I'm definitely doing those. Give it up for our other co-host,
Oh.
Audra. Sisak.
Yes, no fireworks, please.
Please.
I got 24 big ass shells. I'm blowing.
They're on fire.
And then last, but definitely, I mean, maybe second, I don't know, least. But give it up for our comedian out of the UK. We call him Mark Butt Plug, but he goes by Mark Burkwood.
Ready to go.
Tell us about yourself. What's your name? Where are you from, Mark?
Yeah, well, obviously my name is Mark. I'm from the UK, London based, and I run a disability and mental health night called Laugh Able. I set out about 2 years ago and been going strong since. Yeah, that's basically.
I love the sound effects today.
We've got two versions of this motherfucker. Either we get every sound effects that we want, or we get none. There's no in between with Janejira.
Yep.
Kind of like with me and cuss words. Either I'm completely good at it, or I'm just like, fuck this shit, fuck you, and fuck everybody else. Right?
Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Tell us, Mark, what's your diagnosis? What? How did you get diagnosed? What's going on?
So I'm diagnosed with Asperger's, although I think that's not a diagnosis these days, apparently. But yeah, when I was about 11, because I have a twin, he was diagnosed first, and everyone thought I was just copying him. And then they realised I had my own shit going on, and so yeah, I was diagnosed then. My school tried to assess me first without telling my mum, and she was proper pissed off. And they said I wasn't autistic. Then she got this external psychiatrist in, and he was like, "He's definitely autistic." So
Yep.
yeah, that's basically how it happened. And since then, I've been years and years of therapy and help, and I'm still alive. So that's the main thing.
And still here, and that is amazing, honestly.
Yeah.
I've survived.
No, you
Yeah,
said
Although
because
for 30 years old, I'm incredibly grey. I look about 50, so I survived, but it's definitely aged me. This is what happens when you've had years and years of therapy.
no, I
This
just
is what
want
it
to teach
does.
you something. It's just called black don't crack, because I'm 40. I don't have that many grays yet or the wrinkles. So my black kicked in somewhere. You brought up a good
I'm
point.
Asian. We don't age.
Yeah, right. You brought up a good point. You have a twin.
Yes, identical.
Do you guys have the same exact diagnosis or something?
Yes, we both have Asperger's, and we actually had to take part in this research by Simon Baron-Cohen, who's a leading he's autism scientist over here. So I went to Cambridge, had all these weird tests done on me and stuff like that. So I'm part of this major study. Because we're identical twins with Asperger's, apparently that's incredibly rare. So I don't know.
well,
Yeah.
well, okay, so this brings up a whole new topic that I kind of want to just ask about. There's this whole thing about having your kid in research projects and them not being able to give consent to that, and then later on, as you become an adult, you find out, oh, hey, maybe I didn't want to be a part of that. So for you, was it okay that you were a part of that research study even though you were technically younger?
Well, I got paid £30 in a day off school, and tell any teenager they're going to earn some money and not and
How
bunk
much
off.
marijuana did you get for that 30 pounds, Mark? I'm just asking.
I mean, back then it would have been quite a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I was fine about it. They could poke and prod me all they want. I didn't actually care, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
So,
I mean, that's good. So
but yeah,
now,
I get what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, and because you have a twin, so is your twin a comedian too?
So, funnily enough, he took part in. I'm running some workshops for comedians with disabilities, and he took part in it. So he did his first comedy set about 2 weeks ago, and it went really, really well. So I'm
Yay!
hoping to get him on stage more, and because there is a definite double act there, but I don't know. He's all very much not sure. But I want to encourage him more. I really, really want to get him more stage time. So we'll see.
Yes.
Because
So
honestly, he had a wonderful. I know. I don't know if anybody saw the show, but Robert White was on Laugh Fable, the show that Mark produces and helps run, and Robert's interaction with Lee was just amazing on the show.
I know. For two people both very autistic, the interaction was superb, I thought. Yeah, I mean, Robert kept coming on to him, and Lee about a few years ago would shut down if something like that happened, but he just went with it, and he just had a lot of back and forth. And I think what it gave Lee, the workshops, is a lot of confidence, and that's what comedy has done for me. It's given me a lot of confidence to be able to So yeah, I think comedy's worked wonders for me and Lee as well. So because we've always been huge fans of comedy. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole separate. Yeah, I'm sure Duante has, comments about that too, because, but he got me into this entertainment and the comedy stuff, and it has really helped my confidence as well. I gotta say, I'm not that I'm super extroverted, because I'm not, but it has definitely helped me, like, I don't know, just do simple things like make phone calls, honestly, because making a phone call during the day will just give me massive panic. But now I'm actually able to do it if I have to.
Yeah.
Let me
Yay.
jump in there. It's funny you ask about autism and the difference. Well, for me, I just had a show at Nate Jackson's, our big club out there, and my whole job showed up. And all 10 people that work at my marijuana grow shop, because it's a legal shop, basically all 10 of them showed up. And so while we were on stage and I did my thing, Nate Jackson said, "Is he always like this?" And he was like, "Yeah, we hear this all day, right?" And then on the back end of it, though, when we walked off stage and I talked to my coworkers, they were like, "Man, you're pretty fucking good," because I headlined this show and was at the end. And they were like, well, shit, I shouldn't say it, like, not like Mark doesn't fucking know, but I was the star of the show towards the end, and they were like, "How do you do it?" And I was like, "Honestly, I go piss like 7 times before I go on stage." They're like, "Really?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I go piss like once 10 minutes before, once 5 minutes before, and then every 2 minutes until I go on stage." And I imagine that that's how people end up peeing their pants, right? Is they have that sensation, except for I get on stage, and then once I get on stage, it fucking stops. And they're like, "Hmm." And I was like, part of the reason why I don't have all the jobs I've ever had or got fired is because of my Asperger's. You just want to say what needs to be said. I just need to be heard. I got my first argument with a white guy, and I didn't get fired this time. He did.
Oh, shit.
We're pretty progressive
Wow.
around here. Usually, when the black guy gets mad, he gets fired. So this is pretty cool shit.
That's progress. Well, I think this is where like comedy really blends itself to autism, because us autistics have no filter, and so basically comedy is a really good test to, okay, so let's test out what is acceptable, what's not acceptable, and even if it's not acceptable, fuck it, like they'll laugh anyway. Like this comedy, you can say shit, you can get away with a lot, whereas if you did that in your day-to-day life, it just wouldn't. Like, I am very professional in my job, but when it comes to comedy, I go dark and I don't care, and I just the leash is off. So that's why I think actually autism and comedy go hand in hand. I really do think that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree to some point and disagree. I think a lot of the Asperger's and some of those other diagnoses are I think those who are more restricted, I guess you could say, on the spectrum, I would probably say those are the ones that it's not always easy for, because people who are very already
Yeah.
muted, I don't think them getting on stage is the easiest. For those with Asperger's and the no filter, and that's all we're quote unquote suffering from. Fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Like, imagine getting Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, his personality on a mic. That would be killer. I just think for most people on the spectrum, it's not that easy.
No, it's really not. I mean, after me, it took me a while to even get onto stage, to be honest. I had to do like 3 comedy workshops to even, it took me a couple of years to be gigging regularly, because I was so nervous going on stage. And I still get those nerves, but I kind of use them better as well. But like, the one thing I'm not so good at still is networking. Like, all these comedians talking to promoters after the show, trying to suck up to them, trying to I'm rubbish at all of that, because I'm just very honest in who I am. And so that's maybe why I haven't gone as far as I'd like to, is because actually after the show, all I want to do is kind of go home and just listen to my recording and just try and make notes. Whereas a lot of comedians want to stay and they want to chat to the promoters after the show. And it's probably what you should do, but it's something I still struggle with. So I don't know if that's for any of you, like networking and getting yourself out there, how you sell yourself.
So there's two answers to this, and I'll give you both. I'll give you the short and the long. The short answer is no, I am not good at it. The long answer is that my brand of being SuitMan makes people engage me. So by me being the black guy in the suit, and Janejira has seen this, people have to engage me because why are you wearing the suit, dude?
That's true.
Yep.
Or they're like, you must be somebody important. You've got a suit on. Well, yeah, I'm SuitMan. Yeah, hey, how you doing? And then I got to put on the fucking face. I think we talked about this with Rachel when Rachel was on a couple of weeks ago, if I remember correctly, that being a black autist who's a comedian, we don't really fit in anywhere. Because in the black community, you're special, you're touched, you're blessed, you're not quote unquote retarded or disabled. That's not the word they use. And if they do use that word, they don't mean it in a good way, right? And so for us, it's this lack of acceptance. And then we're comedians on top of it. So most of the Caucasian comedians already don't fuck with us. So we're in this intermediary place where it's like, okay, go up, perform, go the fuck home. And I think Rachel said the same thing. Janejira will tell you, even when I'm not busy, I'm usually like, okay, I'm in. Hi, I performed. Bye. I'm out of here. I don't want to have to listen to other people's comedy. I'm probably not going to be nice to you about it. How was my set? How do you think your set was? Right?
You know what? I would prefer that honesty. Like, the worst thing is when they go, how great you were. And, oh, how was my set? I'm not going to give you the, like, if a comedian has bombed on stage, I will tell him that. And sometimes that's not always wise, but it's you've got to be honest. But there was this one comedian, he talks about going to the toilet about 7 times. I was at a gig about a few weeks ago. This comedian literally pissed himself on stage as part of his act. He acted as this child. His whole character act was he was this child star that used to appear in a Pampers advert. Now Pampers in the UK sell diapers, as you would call them, and we call them nappies. And he wore an adult diaper and started peeing on stage as part of his act, like real pee. And yeah, and I had to go on afterwards, and the MC was like, "Good luck." And I walked on stage. I handled it quite well because I went, "Oh, he's stolen my act." I was going to take a dump in the front row, but you know. But it was just, and afterwards he was just, "Oh, your set was really great," and all I could say was, "Your set was bold." That's all I could say. Like, what do you say?
That's honest. It's still honest. It's still, it was bold.
But this is the difference, and I hate to say this, Mark. You're not a big, scary black guy saying this to him.
That's actually, it's true.
I mean, I scared Jane's mom when I showed up to pick up, drop off a shirt. She's, hey, there's a big black guy at the door. Should we call the cops? And she's, no, that's SuitMan. It's okay.
He looks scary.
Don't let this isn't a joke, Mark. This is true. So, and then on top of it, like in America, I'm pretty sure you face this in Canada. You can't, or Canada, whatever, dude. Whatever the fuck he's at. I know it's not UK or whatever, but
if it's not America, it doesn't matter, does it?
Who cares? Somewhere outside of America.
Right, so you're not American, so fuck you.
Not American. I'm glad this fucktard get it. So my co-hosts don't have my back, I see.
I just noticed we're all wearing red, white, and blue.
Go team! Hey. Go team! Yeah, let's do it, right? But when you're in America on our comedy, like, people don't want to hear the truth. And I hope so I'll give you an example. Last night I threw a show, it was very successful, and I gave a guy 5 minutes, right? And he brought a ton, I'm thinking about 10, 15 people, whatever, cool, that's great. But instead of going up and doing his comedy, he bitched about me for 3 or 4 minutes and then bitched about the venue, right? And then the funny part is, I wasn't even there. I was hosting an entirely other show in an entirely different fucking city last night. So I had people messaging me and going over, and it's like, somebody's like, you need to talk to him. What can I say to him? You fucking suck. You wasted the 5 minutes you were given. Like, I don't think we have the, what's the word, thickness of skin to take quality feedback here. So we don't really get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like, I think over in the UK, it's quite interesting because there will be like cliques and promoters and comedians who book each other all the time and suck up to each other. But then there'll be really honest promoters, and they're the ones who I try and get advice from, like experienced one who's been there 30 years, like been doing a promoter I know, Scottish guy, and he's brilliant because he'll be very honest with you about your set, but you'll talk through it with him and he'll give you some really good advice. That's what I want, though. I know not a lot of comedians like to hear when they've not done so well, but I would prefer someone. I don't want someone to go, "Oh yeah, you're shit. That's it." But it'd be good to go, "Right, Mark, this was good, but maybe you could work on this." Like, yeah, I would rather that.
So so being autistic and again having that kind of shy piece, because I know I'm this way as well, and again taking criticism, I always take it so personally because then again that imposter syndrome kicks in. How do you deal with it being, again, selling yourself and trying to network? Is there coping skills? Is there something you do?
I just think it's like I used to when I started comedy. I used to sort of hate it when I did badly. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I just wanted to curl up and like die. But like, I remember getting this best advice of this other autistic comedian who's been doing this for about 20 years. And he said to me, no matter how your gig's gone the day before, whether it's gone really good or really bad, the next day, by about midday, you forget about it. You leave it from your mind, you know, because if it's gone really well, you might be a bit too like over the top and feel like you're going to do amazing at your next gig, and you might not. But it's all about reflecting on it, and by about midday the next day, just keep it from your mind. Right, this is what went well, this is what didn't. So I think it's actually about being very autistic about it, being scientific about it, watching your set back, going picking apart what you did well, what you didn't do so well. And that was the best advice I was given, like whether it's gone really well or really bad. Next day, I analyze it a little bit, but next day, forget about it. You got another gig. It doesn't matter.
I think
And
that is great advice for anything.
Yeah.
It took a long time for me to realize that, though. And the only way I've progressed is because I've done that. And that's the best advice I could give to anyone as well.
Wow, for anybody who is listening, I think, like I said, that's the best advice for any aspect of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how do you all cope with a bad gig or bad speech or whatever you know you're doing?
Well, for me, I'm still in that stage of going to sit in my corner and cry.
I wasn't gonna say it, but these two
Same.
fuckers go hide. They go
Yeah.
hide somewhere. They send a message that I'm broken. Somebody hurt my feelings, and I'm in a corner. I usually send a message of who in the fuck do I gotta fuck up for you guys, right? I'm not Hulk smash. Who Hulk smash? I'll Hulk smash. You want my help? I'll do it. But if we're gonna talk comedy wise, I think I'm the only one who. I mean, Janejira's done a little bit, but nothing too frightening yet. You know what I mean? It's been in friendly
Someday.
where we're like, golf clap, good job.
Yeah.
Joke, but I like Janejira, right? So, but for me, there's two ways to look at this. And I did a podcast called The Art of Bombing. And he said, have you ever bombed? And I said, I've never really bombed, but there are times where you do an open mic in front of let's just call it white snowflakes, right? And so my jokes fucking offend them, or they don't want to laugh, or they're mad about whatever. And they said, well, how did you handle it? And it pissed me off. When I bomb or whatever, I get mad. When I've had a bad set, well, what the fuck happened, and why in the fuck didn't they laugh, and so I get over analytical. I don't hide. I now want to go up again, and that's where I think my jock comes out, and they'll tell you, like, I think Audra knew me as an athlete. I was the man in my school. I was a fucking football captain, track captain. I should have played basketball, got cut. That's a whole different story, right? But so for me, it was, oh, I can't do it. Oh, I'll show you. Oh, I can't do this. Great, I'll do it. Give me another shot. So I think it just all depends. For me, it's the logistics and logical side of me comes out and goes, so what did I do wrong? How can I make this better? And then when can I go again? I want to give this a try. And I think that's where, for at least me, I'm a little different. I don't really do but once my feelings do get hurt, I go hide.
I was gonna say everyone in the room, one, better watch out once his feelings are hurt, and then two, then he'll go cry after he's beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Whoa! You co-signing over there, Janejira?
You know what? Here's a lesson: never heckle Duante. Like, I imagine he would get out of that audience whether they ever heckled. But that's the thing. I reckon he can handle himself if he heckled or not.
You know, it's different. I've been heckled. I will shut you the fuck up. So
That's what I mean. Yeah,
we had the first show at Laughs, and the lady was heckling me, and I was like, "What? You don't want to do this to the black comedian?" She's like, "I'm just trying to help you." And I was like, "Oh, that's very white of you," and the whole crowd died.
Oh,
I love that. I love that though.
I was like, "That's very white of you to think you could help me with my jokes. It's okay." And I was like, "This is what we call white woman splaining. That's what we call it, or Karening. You're not." And the whole crowd's dying, and there's like, we sold out that show, so we had like 35 people in a small room, and his girlfriend's like, her boyfriend was like, "Hey, please, don't do anything else, right?" And so I'm that type that if you're gonna piss me off to where I notice you, ooh, you're
in trouble.
And just so everyone knows, he does do it for everybody, because I've been to Dante's shows in person live, and there has been other hecklers doing it to other comedians, and he will kick you out. Out you go.
Yeah. The next comedian will be done. I'll be, "Hey, you fucktard who wanted to talk during the last guy's set. Hi, how are you? Hey, you got my attention now." So it's just, you laugh, Mark. You should you don't understand. I mean, you don't really. I'm Benny's size. I know Benny's a good size. Me and Benny are similar sizes. So people don't really oh fuck, my bad. You know what I mean? But let's get to some of these answers you got going for us here. You said your favorite comedian was Hannah Gatsby. Who's Hannah Gatsby?
Yeah, so that's only the last couple of years, I'd say. She's I think she's Australian. No, she's from Tasmania, and she's
Australia, just so you know, which is Australia.
Yeah. She's done two Netflix specials, one called Nanette and one called Douglas. And in the most recent one, she talked about her autism on stage. And the reason I love Hannah so much is because she will talk about all her childhood trauma, but in a way that's funny. It's hard to describe. She will make jokes, but she will also play with the audience emotions. She will build up a really tense thing, but then she will release that tension as well. She can hold an audience captive. She can make this one of the very few gigs in which I've watched that I've laughed and cried at the same time, because it's a very deep. I would recommend anyone to watch both her specials, Nanette and Douglas. Douglas is a bit more light-hearted. Nanette will take you on a massive emotional roller coaster. But I think this is what comedy is lacking a lot of the time, being able to talk about those serious issues on stage, but doing it in a jokey way. And it's such a hard skill to do, because that's why I want comedians on my show with mental health conditions. I want them to be able to talk about it, but I want them to be able to publicise it and go, these are taboo subjects, but comedy should be able to take those taboo subjects and twist them on their head. And that's what Hannah does so well. And I'm going to see her in London next March. But she's such a cute comedian. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I love Hannah so much.
Well, it's funny you say that we should be able to speak our truth, because they didn't flinch when I said retarded today, because I've been working on saying that word and trying to desensitize it. Not only I have the joke about it, and I did the joke on your show, and I messaged a lot of the people that I knew in the audience. They're like, "Nah, that was actually funny. That was well used."
But that's the thing. I use retard in my set, but I talk about like when people at school bully me and call me like retard and like window licker and stuff like that. And I always say, "Oh, they're half right." Then what I'll do is I'll lick my laptop screen just to make it. But
That was funny.
But it's that whole it's like if you've been called those things, you can reclaim that word. It's like with anything. So we should be afraid to use those words because it's important for us to reclaim it.
And that
Wait,
was
wait.
my
I have one
new-
for I have one for Dante. Do you remember this one? In our generation, it was boiler room kid.
You know, it's
What
funny.
does that
We talked about that on the Black Autists. So we did a panel out of King County, Washington, on Black Autists, and I've never been officially diagnosed. I'm self-diagnosed, right? And every Black person on the panel was self-diagnosed, and we all went through the same bullshit in school of being separated and putting in these shitty classrooms when we weren't anything other than too smart or too socially awkward for our age to be in the classroom. I can remember, and I think Audra was in some of my classes, teachers hoping I was wrong. Like I'd pre-answer questions and I'd finally get one wrong and they'd be like, that's why you need to shut up and listen, and be like, dude, we all miss one. I'm like 97 for 100 this year. What do you mean? You know what I mean? And it's that's the thing is, and I'll just sell the punchline. I told everybody my punchline is being mixed. If I can say nigga, if I'm mixed retarded, I should be able to say retarded. And there's a lot there's a lot of truth to that, right? And when I did that the other day at Nate's club, they died. Nate Jackson, who's like I didn't look at that. That's a keeper. That's insane. And it's like people don't I think if you're part of something, you're allowed to make fun of it, right? And that's
100%.
where we, like, Black folks have taken back the N word. We should take back the R word.
Yeah. I remember one of my very first comedy experiences watching comedy. Like, I remember watching Chris Rock's set, and I watched it with my dad. And my dad was just like, oh, he's racist towards white people. And I was just like, and my dad's from, I think, a different generation where, ironically, he would use the term like coloured. If you use coloured over here, it's offensive. I do probably not. I don't know whether it is in America, but
These are colored, not people. But go ahead.
yeah. But my dad would, like, ironically make a lot of racist stereotypes. We had a guy from Jamaica living above our flat, and he used to be like, oh, he's probably upstairs smoking reefer or whatever. Like, my dad would be like that. And then he'd watch a Chris Rock say, oh, he's racist towards white people. I went, no. And when I was 14, I was impressionable. So I thought, oh, yeah, no, that's true. But the older I've got, the more I've learned that actually I know what he was doing, and that he has a right to do that. He has the right to call out white people because of all the shit that's happened. Like, if and
The
it's that
racist
different.
police are coming for you, Mark.
I know.
Run.
I know.
You're supposed to say Negroes. They're like, what do you mean you can't say colored? We're gonna shut him down.
I mean, you call them the racist police. We just call them the police.
Well,
We have
And
a
just
real
so
problem with
everybody-
fucking words.
And everyone realizes, yes, we know that we are an American-based show. Today is the 4th of July. Happy 4th, everyone. And yes, we have
Woo.
a UK London comedian on the show. It's like,
we're doing
Yeah,
a
irony.
callback. That we're talking to our cousin who fucks each other because they're on an island. You know what I mean? That's all we're doing. We're just calling our retarded Alabama cousin out of UK. I feel like, and he goes by butt plug, so it fits, right? No.
Butt plug definitely fits.
Oh God, I don't. You know what?
it's so
Wrong
many
show.
This isn't dating with disabilities. You should have been on that one. Well,
That's
let's
next
talk
week.
about this, because we have our questions. Let me ask you. You said you were diagnosed at 11. Did anything change for you after you got your diagnosis?
I never used to accept it, actually. I used to think, oh no, I can't have that because, I used to assume that it meant you were stupid or anything like that. And I used to be really embarrassed about it. And a lot of kids at school would pick on me because I was a bit different. I had like a teaching assistant that would help me, and that would really embarrass me as well. And it's just, I felt very, very self-conscious about the whole thing. And then the older I got, the more I kind of realized that I shouldn't be like that. And actually, when people started to accept me for who I was, when I went to university or college, as you call it, that people just, if I'm myself and they accept me, that's all that matters. I used to think it was important the number of friends you had, but it's not. It's quantity rather than it's quality rather than quantity. So when people started, when I started, was able to be myself a bit more, and I did a lot of acting in school. Like I started doing a bit of drama in school, and that really helped bring my confidence out. It helped me be myself a bit more. And then the older I got, the less I gave a shit about what people thought of me. But I was very self-conscious. I was very insular, and I didn't want to admit that the autistic thing was a thing. And then the older I've got, I'm proud of it now.
So
Whereas
what we're
as a kid, I was
saying is,
ashamed.
what we're saying is for those listening and hopefully professionals, that the earlier you can get to the kid and get the confidence building and keep it going and teach them quality of life and purpose and happiness, they might have better acceptance as they go.
And
Yes.
I had a very supportive family as well. My family were brilliant. They never gave me limits about what I could do, whereas my school would. They assume I wouldn't even get my grades, wouldn't even go to university just because of my diagnosis. But my family were different. So having a good support network as well makes a huge difference. I was ashamed of it, but by the time I was an adult, because the way my family were, I actually become proud of it. So
Yay.
it's hard though. It's
We
hard.
want to be proud. We celebrate.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah. I don't know.
Dante, you have a look.
I'm multitasking.
Oh.
Yeah, that happens.
I got a refund request from my show last night, and I was just taking care of that. Don't fuck you guys. Don't be telling on me. I know Mark was like, Dante gets mad. Oh fuck, I see his face. You guys see his face? What did I do? What do I do? Oh fuck, he's about to Hulk smash, right? Like, no, that's not
See,
it.
this is the problem. I'm autistic. I can't read facial expressions. So Dante will just be sitting there like, oh, what have I done? What have I done?
See,
That's why I
the other way
ask him.
around.
You gotta look. What's
That's
going
where
on?
the deafness kicks in, and I love doing Zoom shows. I think Mark see me on a couple, and I know Audra see me because I don't really hear well. So I love doing the gallery view on a Zoom show because I read body language, and so somebody's doing like this, I know they're laughing because their body's chuckling. So for me, yeah, I'm all about that shit. I'm like, hey, I see you finally heard a fucking joke. Thank you for finally fucking laughing, fucktard. And yeah, I'm the other way around, total complete opposite. Well, let me ask you this, Mark: how do you feel that your diagnosis has affected your comedy? Because it said, like, I think you said you have a hard time multitasking, kind of, or how'd you put it?
Well, because I run my own night now, and because I'm starting to get more gigs, it's hard trying to sort of juggle that and doing all the admin that we know comes as a promoter, the flyer in. You talked about it, trying to prepare, your show. If I have that, and I still got my day job, running the night, performing comedy, doing my day job, I find it really hard to organise myself. I mean, I've just been signed up to an agency, and it's the same agent that Benny Shakes is with, and she's been very good at organising him. So I'm hoping the best thing she can help me with is my organisational skills, because I'm all over the yeah.
Yeah, because
Aren't we all?
I was gonna say I love organizing, but it has to be what I want to organize.
Same.
But yeah, so I think when I say multitasking, it's trying to juggle everything at once. I've double booked gigs before by mistake, and I've had to turn down a promoter. And I know I've pissed off that promoter, but because I haven't properly organised things, and yeah, that's one of my biggest struggles: is poor organisational skills. It's terrible. So yeah, that's the biggest struggle with my autism and comedy. Yeah.
Yep. Let me ask you: do you feel like, and I guess that's where it's different, is when you're Caucasian and you have Asperger's, people care. Did the other comedians accommodate you better, you feel like, or do you feel like it's respected, or what do you got?
I think more promoters have started to be more accepting, and And I think because when I've set up my night, I mean, shockingly, there's not enough disability or mental health nights over here. And so other promoters have said to me, right, what you're doing is really good, Mark. And you've opened our eyes to maybe how inaccessible comedy is for disabled people and for people with mental health conditions. So I think the more I perform, the more I'm doing my night, the more other promoters see that, and the more they actually are becoming more accepting of it. But there are promoters that have just, because of my poor organisational skills, having to pull out of a gig at the last minute, that have totally gone, no, I don't want to book him again. So there are promoters who have just not accepted me, but there are other promoters who have been really accommodating. But it's a mixed bag, basically. It's a very mixed bag.
I guess you have to just learn from the mistake, like you said, like I said, with that advice, which was great, learn from it, and then the next day let it go and move on.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And I prefer promoters sit me down and talk to me and go, right, okay, Mark, this is, if I've upset someone, I won't know why. So I need people to sit down and explain stuff to me.
Oh,
And that's
hold
what
on. No way. Really?
Wow.
Have you not met SuitMan? Do you know how many people I piss off and they don't tell me, and I'm just whatever, fine, fuck it.
Yeah, I know, fucking hell. It's like we're autistic or something, isn't it?
What?
Gee, I wonder.
If I don't get it, guess what? I'm just not gonna get it. Like, no, that doesn't make sense to me. And I've had to tell they've had talks with me, and no, I'm not budging. Fuck you. I just, that does not logically make sense. I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Logically, we go A plus B equals C. A squared plus B squared is C. I told you I wasn't wrong.
I believe Hannah Gatsby was the one who said, "Here's the information. Feelings can be dealt with."
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
I think I just got my new joke is my Asperger's is A squared plus B squared means C. I didn't mean to do anything wrong. That's how. And I told somebody else, they were like, how's your Asperger's work? And we were driving, and I said, okay, look at that license plate. It has 10 alpha and 10 numeric and 26 alpha combinations. There's 4 different possible characters they could choose. So 36 times 36 times 36 is about 1.6 no, what is it? 1.69 million. And they're well, I mean, that's simple math. I mean, it's 1296 times 1296, which is
Meanwhile,
you
I
guys.
can't. Meanwhile, I can't even calculate a tip on a $2 bill.
I'm not a math Asian.
You're Asian. What do you mean you're not good at math? What the fuck is that? You're such
Gifted in other ways.
And then there's
I have to admit, I'm not good at maths. I'm autistic and I'm not good at
There's
maths.
only the North Asians that are good at math, like all the Thais and the Cambodians. They're good at labor. It's the Koreans and the Japanese. Oh, sorry.
I do your nail.
See,
I feel like I was at a Trump rally. Yeah,
you come get your nail done. I do good for you.
I actually did do my nephew's nails the other day. They looked like cute little watermelons. It was great.
I use shackle special for you. I have all the color. Yeah.
Only $20 more.
Oh fuck. It's not racist. We got an Asian doing it, right? Like,
oh, you have my friend.
And she's and she's my friend. I have an Asian friend. I can't be racist.
Haley.
He's my Asian friend. I'm not racist.
Right? Yeah, see, this is where it's
all the racists say.
Don't blame this on me, but that's the funny part is I think we all have different ways, and when I talk about like these little things I'm doing, you see Audra go, yep, told you he was special, right? Knew he was retarded. Don't be mad at me because I asked you the first day if you were retarded. Dun, 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 and I'm like, I wasn't mad. Oh, you should have seen it. I got on a Zoom meeting with these two, and Jane's like, yeah, I'm autistic, and Audra's like, me too, and so is Duante, and I was like,
yeah.
what do you mean so is Duante? I don't. Maybe I'm not crying, right? So let me see here. Before we get into the bullshit questions of the day, I already feel it coming. I can feel her ass giggling about it too. Fuck you, fuck everybody. We want real. This is a hardcore talk show. I might be
With
a
Mark
little retarded here,
Buttplug.
but you said your favorite holiday is New York. How is a city your favorite holiday? Explain that to me.
Well, it was because it was quite symbolic, really, because we went to see Billy Joel at Madison Square Gardens, and it was my dad's favorite singer growing up, and my dad passed away a few years ago. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I believe that we have to clarify what the word holiday means, which is vacation,
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
where you
not
fucked up, buddy.
not your anniversary or favorite time of the year.
We weren't saying a holiday. Would you like to go on a holiday?
The holiday, yes.
We meant fuck
Uh,
hard. What's your favorite holiday? You know, Christmas, Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Sorry, like,
I'm
Fucking
excited that he's been to New
butt
York.
That's
see,
amazing.
hold up, I dated a British chick, so I know they say we go on holiday, but I didn't even think about that. I was like, this guy's just being an asshole. Like, it's not New Year's, it's New York. I'm glad you clarified for me, because I was ready to jab this guy with a sharp stick. Like, you fucking dickhead.
so not only am I British, I'm autistic. So come on, Duante. What did you actually expect? Like, really?
I'm
He took
treating
the
you just
question for the literal.
like we did on the last show. Jamie, there's the guy in the chair. Jamie, he fucking heckled me one day at a meeting, and I cussed him out too. I don't treat you any worse or any better than the normies, okay? I cuss out fucking everybody. And I saw
No, you never cuss out people, Duante. Really? I've never known that about you.
He
At
cusses
all.
everyone equally.
Yes, exactly. I'm an equal opportunity offender.
Every
you know
cuss
what I mean?
matters.
Cuss words matter. Fuck you. Right? Like, I don't know. It's weird because it's like, I guess the thing I talked to somebody about, like you're talking about Hannah Gatsby, that is an autistic comedian. There are no black autistic comedians outside the one on the mic right now, and Rachel. There is nobody who really talks about it. Chris Rock said he possibly is, but nobody's ever just been that. You know what I mean? Like, nobody. So it's I think that's my new challenge. Is I'm be that nigga, right?
Yeah.
I'm the RN, the retarded nigga. I'm not a nurse, but I definitely am an RN, right? So never mind. You can't call me that, Mark. You can't call me that, Audra. Jane, I guess you can get away with it. Anyway, let's go. Let's stop with my witty banter. Let's give the floor to this bullshit part of the show we do. You can't do it. I'm pissed. This is her favorite part of the fucking show. Give it up for Audra.
I want Janejira part of it too. I like having us both now.
You guys are definitely retarded. Go ahead.
All right. So if anybody is new to the show, this is the part of the show called the lightning round. It is based off.
I think I'm getting sensory overload here.
This is part of the show where I like to ask just basic neurotypical questions and a mixture of what I call neurodivergent questions. It is based off of the show Friends, because they had a lightning round. That's where I got it. So first question is going to be a neurodivergent type question. And I got the idea just as we were talking. Again, so because there's that stereotypical thing out there that says we have a superpower, we must be, because we're autistic. Mark, what is your superpower?
Aside from pissing people off, I don't. My superpower is just, I guess, being analytical, being like kind of, I don't know. Yeah, that's it. Being able to write comedy and be analytical. That's it. It's not an exciting superpower. I'm sorry if I, not exciting people, but I'm going to give you an autistic answer.
That's there you go. If you could describe yourself as one animal, what would it be and why?
I would say a monkey, because I muck about all the time. I'm very immature. I throw shit at people. No, I'm joking. Not fair. I don't do that.
Fake it.
He's swinging from trees. We got it. Living off bananas.
Yeah.
I'll let Janejira. You're next.
For which question? The superpower or the animal?
Oh no, let you ask a question, or you can answer either one.
Oh, if you were a candy, which candy would you be and why?
Oh, I think I would be. I think I'd be a Mars bar.
Ooh.
Just because it's. I don't know. Because maybe it's gooey on the inside, but I don't know if I'm gooey on the inside. I haven't
I mean,
looked to
probably
find out.
literally you are.
I mean, quite
Wait,
literally, every human could be a Mars bar, basically.
Wait, do they actually sell Mars bars still?
Yeah, they do. In the UK, it's like one of the main chocolate bars they sell.
Oh my gosh, Janejira. I think we're missing out because I haven't seen a Mars bar since like '98.
Yeah, no. It's because maybe we stole them all from the US and have been hiding them
we
from
don't
you.
eat that bullshit. You see how fucked up British teeth are? That's why they eat all that bullshit. Don't listen to this fucktard.
Ooh, what's your favorite drink?
Drink, alcoholic or non-alcoholic?
Yes.
Alcoholic.
Alcoholic. My favourite alcoholic drink is, I'm going to sound really British here, but ale. It's different from lager. It's actually proper beer. It's not like the piss water you lot drink.
Oh my gosh, it's proper beer.
Oh, fancy.
Proper beer. Yeah, fancy
Hey,
proper beer.
Hey, don't worry. We got the real weed, so you guys have the proper.
That's
fucking
true, you
beer.
do. Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't even mess with alcohol. That's not even on the agenda.
My favorite drink is the pink one.
God, I love that. It can mean anything.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, my favorite thing to eat is the pink one.
Wow. Wrong show.
Giggity.
Oh, so I have okay, so because we are into this, I have to show you. I've been drawing lately. Janejira knows
Yes, art time.
this. So art time. So just so everyone knows, trigger content warning. Yeah, I'm about to show. So everyone knows that like I don't really have much of a personal life, all right, going on because I work so much, I guess. Janejira, look what I drew.
Yes, it's beautiful.
But what does this look like to someone?
Moist.
I subconsciously drew this without even knowing.
Well,
Was that from memory? Was that one you've seen before?
it's a drawing from the heart.
It's a drawing from
Why
the
does
heart.
And the heart is thirsty.
I've seen that one before. I think it winked at me once. Hold on.
Had, like I said, was not planned.
Mhm.
Oh,
We have to ask the most important question. What's your
Yeah, one
favorite
last question.
dinosaur?
What's my favourite dinosaur?
Yes.
Then
A T-Rex.
the last
Because I like the way they walk.
Perfect.
I
We
think
got one.
I think if it was only a disabled dinosaur, it would be the T-Rex.
awesome. I love it.
Yes.
All right. That concludes
Yes,
lightning
love a T-Rex.
round.
that concludes. Jesus, thank God. I hate these. It is so unprofessional. Like, who gives a fuck what your favorite animal is?
Didn't you come up with it?
I'm just mad because they never asked me those questions. I just pretty cool answers. Yeah, I mean, like it's nah. I'm just kidding with you. But tell me, Mark, what's the big deal? What's the big news? How can everybody find you? What do you want to be known for? Like, if we're looking for Mark, how do we find you?
So Mark is on Twitter. You can follow me, but not in real life because that's creepy. It's Twitter at MB Comedian. At MB Comedian1. You can Instagram at Mark Burkwood. Like my Facebook page, Mark Burkwood Stand Up Comedian. And you can follow my Disability and Mental Health Night, Laugh Able Comedy Night. I mean, we're for UK viewers, we're playing in the Bradford Fringe in July the 23rd, where Benny Shakes will be performing. We have a headliner, Georgie Morel, she's quite big over in the UK. So that's all very exciting. And yeah, just check out my Facebook page and all my Twitter and everything and Insta for all my gig details. So yeah, check it out.
And it really is. It really is a lot of fun because I've seen Laugh Able, a few times. I've been on Benny Shakes and seen that, and you guys really are a lot of fun.
Oh, and Below the Belt tomorrow. Me and Benny are doing Below the Belt tomorrow, so definitely check that out. That's online, so you can follow Benny, shake things up. Sorry, Benny would hate me if I didn't promote that. He would fire me because he's my boss, I think, at the moment. The most work I've got is from him. So.
He's a little shaky with a knife. Watch out, dude. Watch out. He's not carving my turkey or cutting my sandwich, let me tell you. Is
that euphemism by any chance?
Wrong show.
Wrong show, right? Oh, well, I don't know. He said he might be willing to cut my sandwich. I'm just not letting him. Hold on.
I love the sound effects.
It's funny because we everybody on here will think, we're picking on each other. Who's this guy, Betty? And little do we know we all work together, right? Like there's only
we're all besties.
There's only like 700 autistic artists around the country, it seems like. There's not a ton around the world even, right? So we're all connected and meeting somewhere. I think you guys got any more questions? This was a fun-packed hour. It went
quick. No, I'm good.
It's intense.
Yeah.
This is like sometimes we draw these things out for an hour and a half. This was like, no, we're firing. Like, fuck it. You got the best 3 minutes you're going to get out of me today is basically what I'm saying.
You know what?
And everyone, that was a euphemism for his love life.
Oh! Wow!
I got 5 kids. I did a whole 15 minutes. Fuck you.
Wow!
Like when Audra was showing her pictures, you went, a trigger warning. I'm like, you really should have done that at the start of the show, considering what direction it went in, if I'm honest. That wasn't the point doing the trigger warning. The trigger warning should have been way fucking back. I feel like anything Duante produces should have a massive trigger warning.
Warning. We don't know what's going to happen.
Basically, yeah.
What are you people saying to me? And then fuck you, Variety D, for laughing at this shit. Our other co-host on Dating with Disabilities is laughing her little ass off, talking about, well, that's a bit below the belt. She can go to hell. She can go to hell too. Fuck her.
I feel like I'm pretty sure we're all already going to hell. We're all going to meet each other there and be like, hey, long time no see.
Weren't you part of SuitMan Productions? Yeah, you're going to hell too. You're part of SuitMan Productions? Yeah, you're going to hell too. Like,
And remember, there's a
We
special
reserved a
place for us
slot.
Reserved a spot.
We got VIP Satan access.
Right next to Trump and
Ew. Ew, no. We get the cool spot of hell.
I was gonna say, I'd like at least to know I'm at least a few layers above him.
Several.
Couple, but
I've done things. Okay, I've seen things. I'm just saying, I'm not. You gotta survive, man. Fuck you guys. Don't go judging me. It's all quiet. Everybody's.
Therapy hours starts at 10, Dante.
Good thing we got a therapist here. Help us through it.
Dominic D over here talking about yo mama SuitMan. Can't nobody hear your little midget ass. Fuck you.
She's shorter than you. That's funny.
Yeah, she's shorter than you even. That's the funny part. No. So we've had a great time tonight. Give it up for our guest today, Mark Burkwood out of Utah. And what you run Laughables and give them an idea what Laughables is, so if they forgot.
Laugh Able is a disability and mental health night. Dante's been on it. By the way, you did very, very well. I have to say, got a lot of people messaging me how good your set was. You didn't offend people. You were really good, by the way. So definitely check it out. We have so many amazing acts on there. The next one is 23rd of June. If you could get yourself to Bradford in the
June.
UK. 23rd of June, 23rd of July. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm so tired. 23rd of July at Bradford Fringe Festival. So definitely check that out. We're actually doing a festival. It's fantastic. So, yeah, check out Laugh Able for all the Facebook updates. So, yeah. Thanks.
All right, give it up. He's not the that is funnier from what I heard. So just look out for the other one. Give it up for our other co-host, Audra.
Yes! Go, Audra!
Give it up for the asshole with the sound effects who are loud as hell.
Yes! Buy my book.
Host who's filled up the whole cuss jar, right? I remember.
Oh, hell yes.
Fucks and shits and motherfuckers out for the day. If you've had your limit, it's probably my fault. If your kid watched this and calls you a fuckhead later, at least he used it in the right context. Love everybody. We got dates this week. Usually we do them on the same day, but us Americans, we're supposed to be partying today, and I wasn't going to do it at noon on it. It's time to go get in some weather, go get in some water, or go get in some WAP. Ooh. some weird-ass parties. What did you guys think I was talking about, right? Hey. Good night. Don't blow your house up.
Yay!